Can you hear me there at the jail?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good morning, everyone. My name is Judge Christy Ruppe, and you're all here this morning for first appearance. The purpose of this hearing is to inform you of the charges against you and determine whether there is probable cause for your arrest. Probable cause only means that it's more likely than not that you committed the crime in which you've been arrested for. As you appear before me this morning, you are considered not guilty of what you've been charged with, and that status will remain with you through each stage of these proceedings up until changed by you if you plead to your case or the state attorney's office if they prove the case against you beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. In all likelihood, you were arrested on a warrant or new charge. Either way, you were given a bond pursuant to the bond schedule for the 5th Judicial Circuit. I will determine whether they keep that bond the same, increase it, decrease it, or whether there are any other conditions of pre-trial release which will be imposed upon you. You are entitled to make a phone call to let friends, family, or your attorney know where you are. If you haven't had an opportunity to make that phone call yet, please let me know. I'll make sure that happens this morning. I'll also determine this morning whether you'd like to represent yourself, whether you'll be hiring private counsel, or whether you would like me to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. You are entitled to have an attorney represent you at each stage of these proceedings. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, I can appoint the Public Defender's Office for you this morning. At this time, I'd like everyone to raise your right hand so I can place you under oath. Solemnly swear or affirm the testimony before the court be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Okay, go ahead and put your hands down. As I call your name, please come forward to the podium. Kevin Gonzalez Kendrick.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Can I have your date of birth?
April 29, 1980.
Okay. It looks like you have some cases out of Orange County, six counts. It might be one case, but 6 charges out of Orange County that you have a failure to appear on, so they served you with those warrants. There's no bond on those. All right, so we're going to keep those at no bond, and then are they going to move him, or he's got to finish up here with drug court?
I have to finish drug court.
Judge, he's been given another date, but he should be transported over there because he's not currently in custody on the drug court case.
Gotcha.
As soon as he's released over there, he'll have to be back for drug court.
So he's just going to have to get himself over here.
They're going to transport him over because he's got no bond, so they're going to have to transport him.
I mean, back here.
Coming back, he'll have to get himself back.
Okay. All right, Mr. Gonzalez, they're going to transfer you over to Orange County. They're probably going to come get you within the next 5 days, okay? If for some reason they don't come get you within the next 5 days, the folks there at the jail will bring you back in front of me and we'll figure out what the holdup is. You got to take care of your cases in Orange County. When you're done with your cases in Orange County, you need to get back here in Hernando and finish up your drug court sanctions over here, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Luck. Thank you, Hernando.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bless you. Thank you. Tayana Vieira. Ms. Vieira, can I have your date of birth?
12/17/1980.
Okay, you were here this morning for a violation of probation. There's probable cause for your arrest. Do you want to represent yourself, hire somebody, or do you want the public defender's office?
Public Defender's Office.
I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. There's no bond on that violation of probation. We're going to keep that no bond at this time. We're going to see you back to court, back in front of Judge Toner on April 9th. Someone from the public defender's office will be out to see you, okay? Jonathan Brandenburg. Can I have your date of birth?
9/18/1983.
All right. You're here this morning for a violation of probation.
Yes, ma'am. I'd like to plead out.
All right.
I was told that I violated on Friday. I informed my officer, like I said, I hadn't turned in all my stuff, so I got everything to him and paid everything off 100%. He said after I did that, it would change my recommendation, and I'd probably be able to get in and out. I'm not really sure. He went off on surgery and just got back. I was just able to talk to him this week. Officer's story. He had someone on a backup, I guess, situation. Was looking through my case and violated me after I missed an appointment. One of my family members died. It was just a haphazard.
All right, stop talking. Stop talking.
Okay.
What's going on?
We received a payment on the 20th, but we still do not have his community service hours. At one point, he told us he was working the hours, and then he told us due to medical reasons he couldn't do the hours. And he still owes for community service hours or needs to provide a letter that he did the hours. The recommendation is 30 days, and I don't know anything about it, any change in recommendation.
Okay. I think that's a reasonable recommendation. Plus, we have a failure to report from July, August, September, October, November. So the recommendation is 30 days. You want to take care of it today?
Well, I turned in all the paperwork on Tuesday and called the office.
Okay. Well, the recommendation is 30 days. Do you want to take that today or not?
30 days? No, ma'am. They said if I
We're going to hold you no bond. We'll see you back to court on April 11th and appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Shannon Baxter.
Good morning, ma'am. I'm Daly for the state.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Baxter, can I have your date of birth?
December 6, 1974.
Okay. You were here this morning for one count of sexual battery, one count of lewd and lascivious molestation of a child, another count of lewd and lascivious molestation of a child, and then count number 4 is a sexual battery. Does he have? I'm not sure why he was given no bond. Is there? I don't see it anywhere in the PC why it's no bond.
I would imagine because they were domestic in nature. It was a stepdaughter.
All right.
And I believe one of the counts is capital, so he's not entitled to a bond on the case that is capital.
Does he have a prior record?
No.
Judge, I think he's entitled to a bond.
He's not entitled to a bond.
Sir, I have an address for you on Powell Road in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
I'm sorry?
How long have you lived there?
I'm sorry, about 15 years.
Do you have a job?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of work do you do?
Scuba dive. For golf balls.
Out of state, I believe.
Golf balls, okay. I didn't know that was a job. Is it count number 1? That's the cap?
I believe it would be...
No, okay. I'm confused.
I'm not sure if it's the 8B or the 8C, count 1 or... count 1 or 4. Oh, wait, here we go. It's 8C. So that would be... Count number 1 is the sexual battery in a child less than 12 years of age, which is the one that he would not be entitled to a bond on.
Judge, it would be our position that under the meaning of capital for purposes of bond, that charge does not qualify.
It does. That's our position.
It's not punishable by death.
Well, according to the bond schedule, 794.0011, sexual battery offender over 18 years of age, and the victim less than 12 years of age, that's no bond, according to the bond schedule.
Thank you.
So,
certainly with his...
I'm just trying to figure out which one, whether it's count 1 or count 4.
I believe it's count 1.
Count 2? Okay.
Looking at the probable cause affidavit, count 1 is the sexual battery of a child under 12. It's delineated in the probable cause affidavit.
So you're looking
In
at the warrant, is that because in the warrant is count 2? The warrant and the probable cause affidavit are both in different orders.
Okay, well, I would
That's
submit
what-
that we could use the probable cause affidavit as count 1, 2, 3, 4, and set no bond on count 1 as he was arrested. They're the same charges, they're just in a different order.
Is that going to mess you up, Madam Clerk, if I do it that way? I don't know how to, I know. Okay. Yeah, so the PC affidavit has them in this order, and the warrant has them in another order. How do we do it so we don't have to come back and do it again? The warrant? Or based on the PC affidavit? Okay, then that's what we'll do. I blame Judge Ivey. He signed it. All right. So on count number 1, we're going to do no bond on that one. On count number 2, we're going to do a bond of $20,000. On count number 3, we're going to do a bond of $20,000. On count number 4, we're going to do a bond of $20,000. We're going to order no contact with the victim in that case, whose initials are CN, I believe. And we're going to do a GPS order just in case. So if you are able to bond out at any point, if you're given a bond, and you are able to bond out, you'll be required to have a GPS placed upon your person at your own expense in order not to have any contact with the victim whatsoever. If you do bond out, you cannot go within 1,000 feet of her residence, of her employment, her school, her vehicle, or anywhere else where she may frequent. You cannot be around anyone under the age of 18. You have no contact or within 1,000 feet of any locations where children may congregate. You're to have no telephone contact or computer contact with the victim or anyone under the age of 18. No email or technology contact with the victim, whose initials are CN, or any children under the age of 18. Cannot leave Hernando County or the state of Florida without court's permission, okay? We're going to see you back to court on these cases on April 17th at 9 a.m. Do you want me to appoint the public defender's office to represent you?
For now, yes, ma'am.
Appoint the public defender's office. Someone will be out to see you shortly.
Thank you.
Robert Capehart.
Maybe excuse me. Thank you.
Mr. Capehart, can I have your date of birth?
9/15/93.
All right, you were here today for a violation of probation. There is no bond on this. Looks like the offer to resolve your case is 60 days, Hernando County Jail. Do you want to take care of that today?
No, thank you.
Okay. Do you want me to appoint the public defender's office to represent you?
Private attorney.
Who do you have?
Jimmy Brown.
Okay. I'm going to keep the bond at no bond at this time. We're going to see you back to court on April 11th at 9 a.m., okay?
Okay, thank you.
Daryl Hokefer? Good morning, sir. Can I have your date of birth?
4/11/1988.
All right. You're here today for a violation of probation out of Pasco County. Looks like the bond on that is $5,000. We're going to keep that bond at $5,000. If you bond out, you need to head down to Pasco County and find out when your court date is. If you're unable to bond out, Pasco County will come get you within the next 5 days. If for some reason they don't come get you within the next 5 days, the folks there at the jail will bring you back in front of me and we'll see what the holdup is, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Thank you.
Jason Davis.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Davis. Can I have your date of birth?
8186.
Okay, you are here this morning for a violation of the pretrial release. You were ordered not to have contact with the victims in this case on January 31st, and apparently you were arrested last night out of the victim's residence. So I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you have a public defender's office on your current case?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, Eric Tippin filed a motion to get our modification for our injunction so that we could be together.
Okay. I will appoint the public defender on your case. I'm going to recommit you on case number 2018 CF214. You were out on bond on that case when there's probable cause to believe that you committed this new crime. So we're going to revoke your bond on that case, hold you in custody, get you back in front of Judge Toner on March 26th. And once again, I'm going to order no contact with the victim.
Ma'am, I have court this week for these charges with Eric Tippin, my lawyer.
Yeah, March 26th. That's the date I just gave you.
So, I have no bond on that?
Correct. Desmond Flanagan?
Yeah. Just got this.
Mr. Flanagan, can I have your date of birth?
12/19/1994.
You are here today for a violation of probation in Hernando County and a failure to appear out of Charlotte County. There is no bond on the violation of probation in Hernando County. I'm going to keep it at no bond. I find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want me to appoint the public defender's office?
Yes.
I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and we'll see you back to court on April 17th at 9 a.m., okay?
All right.
With regard to the Charlotte County one, when you resolve your case here in Hernando, they'll come take you over to Charlotte County, but for right now, that's no bond as well. So we're going to hold you no bond on that as well, okay?
All right.
Joseph Roberts.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Roberts. Can I have your date of birth?
August 2nd, 1980.
Right. Oh, I thought that was the... It said to be on the note on the front page, 26. Oh, okay. So it's already set for me. Oh, okay. So what date does that get? Okay. That. Sorry. Okay. Where are we? Mr. Roberts, you are here today for a violation of probation and a failure to appear on the violation of probation. There's no bond. That's out of Polk County. So I did find probable cause for your arrest. There's no bond on that. We're going to keep that at no bond. And when you get over to Polk County, you can ask them for a public defender and a court date. If you have a failure to appear out of Sarasota County, the bond on that is $15,000. We're going to keep that at $15,000. When you get over to Sarasota County, you can ask for a court date and a public defender. I'm not sure which one is going to come get you first. Does the jail have any idea how that works?
We'll contact either Polk or Sarasota. We're not sure yet.
It'll be a race and see who comes and gets you first. So, but someone will probably come get you within the next 5 days. If for some reason Polk and Sarasota don't come get you within the next 5 days, the folks out to jail will bring you back in front of me and we'll figure out what the holdup is. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Is there a Laura Johnson? Oh, she's up there. Okay. Thank you. Have a good day.